What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is 100 freaking degrees, but it's not going to stop us from being here in the garage and getting some work done here on the driveway. Now, you guys probably already read the title to this video. It's going to be a little different in content. I kind of want to talk about this item really quickly, only because I've been wanting one for a while and this is all new to me. So we're just gonna dive right into it, guys. First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to Max Peen Rods for sending this out so quickly. Literally was just talking about this, and then, well, pow, showed up to my doorsteps yesterday. This right here is their new MXR4000GT inverter generator, and I believe the last unit was a 3500 watt, while this one right here produces 4000. So before we dive into what's all inside of this box, I kind of want to walk you guys through on the outside real quick. This package surprisingly showed up in one piece, because something normally this big always comes here destroyed. And I just want to say, man, the packaging is really nice for the most part. And on the box on the outside, I just want to show you guys some of the things that I'm seeing here. So on this end, this is a Bluetooth version. I believe there's an app you can download on your phone, and then it also has an electric start, which in the photo is right there, engine start. That's pretty cool. EV charging, which I'm not an EV person. This probably is able to charge a car or something, because I did notice an e-car right there, right? And then what else does it say? It's a dual fuel setup, so you can run gasoline or propane, so that's freaking awesome. And obviously for durability, right? On the top here it says do not use generator on the inside. It needs to be exposed because it does produce exhaust fumes, so you don't want this to be enclosed, you know, where people are going to be sitting in. Always run the generator outside. Right here it says no oil in unit, which means we're gonna have to get some oil and oil the machine up before we rock it. Let's see, running watts, 3200 with gasoline, 3000 with propane. Right here, peak watts is 4000 with gasoline, 3600 with propane. That's still pretty dang good. It's really nice that they use dual fuel on this, just in case, you know, when we go camping, we're always gonna have propane. So we're running on, you know, gasoline. You run out, you can always hook up propane to it. On this side of the box, specification, obviously the model MXR4000GT, peak watt gasoline, we just read that, 4000 peak watt, propane 3600, rated watts gasoline 32, rated watts propane 3000, voltage is 120 volts, that's pretty good. Rated frequency 60 hertz, pretty good. Fuel type gasoline propane, says it right there, guys. Displacement is a 145cc, which is pretty dang good. Fuel tank capacity 1.1 gallon, and then you can obviously run propane however big you want to connect to the generator. Oil capacity is 0.12 gal. I should have oil somewhere. I got to figure out what kind of oil this thing runs as well too. But package dimension is 2013 by 19, so the package itself is obviously going to be larger than a generator. So I can already tell you guys by the look of the package, the generator is not that big, right? It's not that big. But anyways, enough yapping with this. We're going to dive a little bit into the manual as well too, to make sure that I run this properly. So let's go ahead and set you guys up and dive into this box. You guys already know what it is, man. Be sure to cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. Oh wow, talk about organization. So this right here, oh, this is pretty cool. So they provide the regulator for the propane right here. It is a long corded hose to connect to your propane to the machine itself, and I'll show you guys what this connects to. But this is freaking awesome. I didn't expect this at all. Right here we have a little funnel for, I believe, pouring the oil into the engine itself. Right here we have some tools and some accessories provided by Max Peen Rod as well. We do have 3 different types of plugs. We'll talk about this when we get into the manual, because honestly, I don't know what their purposes are, and I don't know what type of plugs these are. But just so you know, there are 3 of them. Nice protective foam on the inside, along with extra cardboard. We have a dust cover right here for storing your generator. Prevents a lot of dust and like debris from taking onto your generator. We have a handle on the top. I could probably tell you that this at least weighs 45 pounds maybe. I don't know. We have this cord thingamabob. We'll dive into the manual and figure out what this is for, because I have no idea. give you guys a quick little look before we start diving into it and setting this thing up to run. Got a little exhaust in the back right there. Nice cover. Feels really durable. We have a spark plug access port. Oh. Okay, cool. Looks like this is the spark plug right here. And my hands definitely fit in here because... Okay, I mean, I thought the hole was a little small, but I'm able to fit my hand in there, so that's good. Spark plug right there. I'm gonna go ahead and plug that back on just in case I forget. Nice little access port, so that's pretty cool. At the bottom over here, air cleaner maintenance. Clean the air filter in cleansing solvent every 50 hours, every 10 hours in dusty conditions. Squeeze out excess water, air dry naturally, then drop a few drops of engine oil. To add oil, engine must be filled with oil before starting. Operating the generator without oil will damage the engine. Recommend to use SAE 10W30 engine oil. I literally just freaking emptied out a 1030 the other day. Excess oil that we didn't use on my brother's car. Right here, yes sir, some 1030 GTX. Let's go. On the side right here, we have a fuel switch, off, on, and on. I watched a few videos on YouTube and they were saying that you put it onto the second on position, which then lets fuel into the carb. You crank it over with the pull string or the push button, and then once it is on, you put it back to the first on position for the machine to hold its idle. But yeah, I'm gonna dive into the manual real quick, figure out everything with it, and then we'll proceed to get this thing rolling. So okay, right here in the front, I do have the manual flipped open right here just to kind of go through everything with you guys really quickly. Number one, we have a light switch, this guy right here, and there's a light bar right there, which are LEDs, and supposedly this is pretty dang bright. We'll test it out somewhere in the dark just so you guys can kind of see. Number three right here on the manual is the digital display center. This little square section shows the percentage of the generator being used. We have a light for the power, light for the low oil, light for the Bluetooth, a reset button, a low idle, which is like, you know, like a fuel efficiency or something, but they have a voltage, frequency, and time display right there in that little square. And then this right here is a fuel gauge for how much fuel is in your tank. Number four right here in the manual, coal alarm. This little light right here will display if you have a maintenance required light on or a carbon monoxide detection. The cool thing is, I read it in the front of the box. It says if carbon monoxide is detected, the system will shut down, so that's a nice little safety feature. Number five, the fuel source. So the fuel source, literally you can switch between propane or gasoline. So we're gonna be on gasoline, but if you're using propane, this little LPG inlet is right here up in the front, which they provide you the line once again. This right here connects to the front, and then the regulator itself connects to your propane tank. So that's freaking awesome. Number seven over here, start stop button. BOTTON. Starts and shut down the generator, so that's pretty cool. They have a little push start right there. Number eight right here, USB duplex 5-volt DC that comes in 3 amps. They have a USB port and a USB-C, so that's freaking awesome. Number 9, 120 volt 30 amp receptacle, which is, I believe it's this guy here. I have no idea what that's for, but I will say that they do have a couple of different connections here for that port. I don't know what that is, whatever this thing is. I know a guy was using this in one of his videos, powering up his RV and all the appliances inside, so that's probably for the RV guys. But number 10, main switch. Number 10, main switch is right here, on and off. That's freaking awesome. Number 11 right here says parallel connectors, and that is these guys right here. Not entirely sure what that is, but it looks like that's what these cords are for, right? Looks like there's a little ground connector, which I believe is this guy, a little ground terminal right there. So this right here, the description says, to increase AC power output, the connector sockets are used to connect the two same type generator with special paralleling cords. The connector socket is only used to the communication between the inverters. They cannot be used for AC power output. The special parallel kit shall be purchased separately. The power output of two generators connected in parallel is the sum of the power of the two generators x 90%. Wow. Okay, well that's freaking good to know. You know what I'm saying? If one of your boys got one of these and you guys are both at the track or camping, you can connect the two together and power up a whole city or something. I don't know. But that's pretty cool. Number 12, it says 20 amp AC circuit breaker. Number 12 is right here, circuit breaker. I'm not sure what this, okay, oh, okay, it comes off. Okay, what is that? Oh, it's a button. Okay, that's good to know. Circuit breaker limits the current that can be delivered through the NEMA 5-20R receptacle. Number 13, 120 volt AC 20 amp NEMA 520R receptacle. So number 13 is this guy here. This is your typical, like, you know, 120 volt inlet. So that's typically what I use the most. So that's probably what we're going to be testing today, is using that slot. And then number 14, ground terminal for the externally ground the inverter. Okay, so that's cool. Anyways, yeah, so that's the whole shebang of this machine. And let me dive into this a little bit more. This little section right here says add engine oil, check engine oil level before use and add as much needed. So it looks like I'm gonna have to loosen up the 4 screws, removing the maintenance cover, which is on this side, right? Okay, so we gotta take that off. Remove oil dipstick and use the oil funnel to add 0.12 gallon of oil. Do not overfill. Okay, that's right here. That's freaking cool. Don't get that dirty. Don't lose this guy. And then the oil funnel is right here. Go ahead and just screw this on. We have the illustration of the funnel and then an illustration of max oil. So the goal here is to not drip out of the oil fill hole, which you can see the line. And I guess the only way for me to really tell what 0.12 is just to fill it and watch it. .12 is not much. So I'm gonna have to fill and watch. Okay, so it looks like the oil is at the very bottom of the threads, exactly what the illustration says to fill it up to. We should be golden. Go ahead and put the warning label back on and screw this back in. I'm gonna give you guys a quick little look on how compact this thing is before I close it back up. 145cc, got the carburetor right there, a whole bunch of connections that I don't know about. There is a battery connection right here as well too, so that's freaking awesome. But yeah, other than that, you got a little filter in the back. Let's go ahead and just close this thing back up. So on this generator, it says required gasoline, unleaded gasoline only, gasoline with maximum 10% ethanol added, gasoline with an 87 octane rating or higher. Do not use E85 or E15, oil mixed with gasoline, so on and so forth. Regular gasoline only. So I have a couple of tanks on the side over here. I know the big blue one is E85 because I pulled that out of my car, but I asked my brother, I was like, what are these little gas tanks right here? Because these aren't even mine, but they got gas in it. And I'm pretty sure these are the gas that he bought to run the mini bikes back there. You guys might have seen the mini bikes, but so this right here is definitely gasoline. It smells just like 87. And I asked my brother, he doesn't have anything here that uses gasoline mixture with oil, and I know exactly what E85 smells like. So we're gonna test our luck here, and hopefully, you know, this is what I think it is, and we're just gonna fill up whatever's in here, literally like half a gallon maybe. There we go. Got some fuel going in. Close that up, close all these guys up, right? So before I get into the Bluetooth part of it, I just want to see this thing fire over. So let's go ahead and just click this into the on, right? Let some fuel get in there, and master switch is into the on position, and we are on gasoline. Wait, you know what? Somebody said to crank this to get it going for a little bit and then fire it over. Whoops. It just fired over. All right. right, there we go. Power's on. Oil. We are not using anything right now. We are low on gas a little bit. This thing sounds like it has a twin disc on it. But anyways, oh, that is ultra bright for sure. I do not need to show you guys over there because I don't want all the smoke to be inside the garage. But voltage, frequency, it does have like a running time, so it tells you how long the machine has been running for. So that's freaking cool. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. Okay, so we have it shut off and we know it runs. It sounds good. It doesn't sound that loud at all. I'm gonna check in here real quick. There should be a QR code for downloading the app, because again, this is a Bluetooth unit. So let me go back and find out where the app, here we go. So you download this right here between Android and iPhone, and I'm gonna go ahead and download it onto my phone real quick, and then we're gonna try to connect this on the Bluetooth so we can try to function the generator off my phone. It tells you pretty much everything that's on the display right there. It tells you how much fuel you have, the voltage is kicking out, the frequency. It tells you how long the machine has been running. You can turn it off and on right there. You can put it on eco mode. That's pretty cool, right? Take it off of eco mode. You can turn it off and on by the phone. That is pretty cool. I don't know if this will turn back on because everything has turned off. So I forgot a step. I forgot to connect the battery right here on the inside. This right here is what keeps the generator powered up to have the Bluetooth function work. So I completely overlooked this. So now it is connected. Tuck it away nice and make sure it doesn't like touch anything bare metal. Right, so we're good. So now that I have the battery connected, you can see the interface has power now and the Bluetooth light stays on. So now it's actually allowing me to communicate between the phone and the generator. So earlier when I had the battery off, as soon as I turned it off, the whole entire generator turned off, and then the Bluetooth function didn't work. So the Bluetooth function works up to 80 feet. So now let me show you guys. That is freaking awesome. Heck yeah. So right now we are not running anything off the generator to power anything that we're doing right now, and we're not really using any wattage at all. So if I plug something up to it and start using where the generator starts, you know, putting out some wattage, it will show on the meter how much of a wattage we are using. So honestly, I told you guys a little bit earlier that I really wanted a generator to power up a welding machine. I do have this Vulcan 215 MIGMAX from Harbor Freight, and honestly, I really wanted to get the generator to run this so I can weld up the fence over there, and just a bunch of other little things in case friends and stuff need me to go, you know, do an exhaust or patch up something. I could bring the generator and literally just run it on the side of my car instead of like running a long cable from my house or a shop to run the welding machine on the outside. But obviously the generator beneficial for a lot of other reasons aside from a welding machine. But really, honestly, the test that I want to do right now with the generator is to see if it'll power up my welding machine. So let's go ahead and hook this up real quick right here. Now mind you guys, this is on the 120 outlet, so the machine will tell me as high of an amperage I can go based off the amount of power I am drawing in. So the most I can go is number 7, which is like 120-ish. But if I go any further than that, it's gonna start blinking to tell me that I cannot burn any hotter based off the amount of, you know, amperage we are pulling out of it to run the machine. So I'm gonna set you guys up real quick. I'm gonna weld a bead and show you guys how much amperage it actually pulls using the app right here. So when I start welding, it should start showing some dial changes right here. Dude, not a bad weld. I don't know what it was showing on the phone. I'm gonna have to look back at it and see what kind of amperage it was pulling when I did this bead right here. This is about almost 2 inches of a bead on speed number 7 on the MIGMAX with the wire speed on C. So that is pretty freaking awesome. And I'm not gonna like weld a long bead at once. If I can just do like 2 inches at a time, that will work to power up that MIGMAX215. So that's freaking awesome to know. A lot of people find this machine really nice with the Bluetooth feature, because most people who run this use it for like RV camping type deals. And they said that, you know, normally the generator stays on the outside, obviously because the exhaust fumes, and you know, if you don't want to get out of your trailer and stuff to go and turn it off, you can literally just control it from your phone and it'll shut the generator off, and you can turn it back on while still sitting comfy in your trailer, right? So I watched a video where a guy was using this outlet, which is for the RVs and stuff, and he was able to power up his AC unit front and back of his trailer, along with using a microwave, along with using his refrigerator, which kind of capped at about 200 wattage. Just that video that I watched on YouTube, this machine is freaking awesome, man. To be able to power all that and still be under, you know, 2500 wattage, that's freaking amazing. You know, this machine, again, MXR4000GT, produces a lot of wattage for, you know, pretty much all the appliance for an RV. You guys saw just now we did the MIGMAX215. We did a solid bead on an exhaust pipe, and I think this thing right here is gonna come in clutch for the long run, man. So I think that's pretty much all I really need to know about this, man. I'm probably gonna read through the brochures a little bit more and, you know, just get a better understanding of the machine. I know there's a lot of functions that I'm probably not gonna use, like this guy, these guys, propane. I mean, that's like more of a camping ordeal, but my main thing is just the charging ports, and then the outlet right here for like your basic tools if I'm at the track or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the switch into the off position, turn the gas off, because I think that's gonna be it for this video, guys. All right, guys, there you have it. My take on the MXR4000GT inverter generator from Max Heating Rod. Honestly, I really just wanted to test it to see if it'll work with the welding machine. And on the level 7 for the heat range on the MIGMAX215, it welds really good. I know that when I was going full blast on the bead that I was doing, you can hear the generator change, and I actually looked back on the GoPro and it was showing that it was pulling 1500 watts, which is pretty damn good, because that's not even halfway of what the generator can produce, the 4000 watts on the gasoline. So the generator, man, definitely a new tool now to the fleet, and I'm definitely gonna put that to work, especially because, you know, we go camping a lot, track days. I might even just keep it in the trunk, because you never know when you need some power. So anyways, I want to give a big shout out to Max Heating Rod for sending this over so quickly. I appreciate you guys. I will have 2 links in the description below that you guys can purchase the MXR4000GT generator from, whether it's the Max Heating Rod's website or the Amazon link provided in the description below. You can still use the discount code YSTATIC to save a couple of bucks off before checkout. I feel like if you guys are in the motorsport world, like drag racing, road racing, autocross, drifting, or if you guys go camping a lot, or maybe you just need to use the generator off grid somewhere, this is a nice freaking tool to have on deck. Okay, this is my first generator and I can already tell you that I'm loving it. So anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for this video. I know the content's a little bit different this time around. It's always nice to do a tool review once in a while, especially if this is new to me, right? It's my first generator. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video a little bit. If you guys did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around for regular programming here on the driveway, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.